Hello IFAs. I'm sure that all of you, like me, have been glued to your television screens watching the unfolding of COVID-19. We don't know very much about COVID-19 at this stage, but one thing we do know is that it's serious and it's having a massive effect on the world and world economies. As an insurance company, Clientele is well placed to model the impact of COVID-19 on our population and also on the finances of a country. Nonetheless, there's so little we know about COVID-19 that there is an extreme amount of uncertainty at this point in time. You'll have seen that our President recently declared a state of disaster in South Africa, and he also asked us as businesses to do what we can to assist. As Clientele, there are a number of things that we can do. We need to work in our sphere of influence, which is insurance, and look at how we can assist South Africans in terms of COVID-19. There are a few things we plan on doing in this regard. Firstly, we're looking at educating South Africans in terms of what to do in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19 or any other disease for that matter. There are a number of things that you should be doing. In particular, wash your hands regularly, use hand sanitizers, maintain appropriate social distancing. This means that in meetings, you don't always need to shake hands with people. That is not appropriate at this point of time. In addition, be careful not to touch your face, your eyes, your mouth. Keep your hands away from your face, if at all possible. And also be careful where you travel to. And I'd encourage you in your personal life to be very careful not to put yourself at risk, not to risk exposure to COVID-19 during these difficult times. When we do these sorts of things, we will slow down the spread of COVID-19, and this gives our medical professionals more time to look at what they can do in terms of dealing with this disease. One of our purposes is to safeguard your world with compassion. With this in mind, we are changing our funeral policy as we want people to have peace of mind when they take a Clientele funeral policy. In particular, Clientele's funeral policies will cover all COVID-19 related claims. And more than that, we're waiving waiting periods in terms of COVID-19. This means that as soon as a policyholder has paid their first premium, they will be covered for a COVID-19 claim. And they'll continue to be covered from month 1 onwards as long as they pay every premium on time. This is a unique benefit which we certainly have not offered for any other disease. That said, COVID-19 is unique, and we genuinely want to make sure that our clients and South Africans who choose to use Clientele can have peace of mind no matter what. Obviously, as an insurance company, we also need to make sure that we remain solvent. We need to make sure that we're around for the next 25 years, having already been around for well over 25 years. With this in mind, this special offer, in terms of waiving of waiting periods for COVID-19 claims, applies to all existing policyholders and also to anyone who takes a policy with Clientele up until 30 April. At that stage, we will reevaluate things and we may extend the offer then. Only time will tell. Then as IFAs, we have certain other challenges. As you know, IFA works on the basis of presentations, and we regularly have presentations with more than 100 people at the presentation. Our President has asked that there be no gatherings of more than 100 people. So effective immediately, we're going to be saying that there's a limit on presentations with no more than 95 people allowed in a room. We'll also be distributing instructions on how presentations should be run in order to ensure the safety of all present. I would urge you to adhere to these and make sure that we practice safe presentations. You may say, Basil, this will have a significant impact on our business. Yes, it may have an impact on our business, and we have to accept this for now. Having said that, we are looking at other opportunities for IFAs to introduce people to Clientele. In particular, I've tasked the team with making sure that in the next week or 2 weeks at the most, we have a means of introducing people to Clientele in small groups and not just via presentations in a presentation venue. It will be done by means of video presentations in conjunction with the IFA App and the ability to capture via the IFA App. So please do look out for this, as we'll be communicating more in this regard over the next week or 2. And I would urge you at this time to be praying for our doctors and the medical professionals. Pray that they'd have wisdom to deal with this appropriately. Pray also for our country's leaders, that they might be doing the right things as they're making some really tough decisions. IFA, God bless all of you, and God bless South Africa.